A very shy girl who is ostracized by others in school and is also raised by a very religious mother, she soon finds out that she has these powers called telekinesis and uses them fairly. But that is not until the night of her life. This is Carrie.
It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon here.
Oh, God.
And I just sent back my two reviewers, Julian and Steve, to see Carrie. We are also joined by my special guest, Jake the Crow. I'm just going to send the entire video doing this.
Oh, God.
Good enough for me.
As always, I'm your host, Kenny, and this is the budget review. So, guys, I'm just going to start off with a very basic question. I mean, we all know that Carrie was a book. I read the book. I was not able to see the movie last night, but
It's called a slacker.
no. So I'm just going to ask a question for both of you. How familiar are you with the story?
Well, I've read the book, but I actually didn't read the whole thing, but I've seen the original.
You quit.
No.
Yeah.
I should see Carrie.
Yeah, you did.
I know you like that bird.
I'm very familiar. I'm cutting you off. You're done. I'm very familiar with the story. I've not read the book, but I've seen the original. It was a long time ago, but I think you should get. I think you should get the gist of the story. I think it's pretty common. At least you know what happens.
A year it came out, 1976?
70. I think it was 74.
74?
I'm not sure. I forgot to write that down, but I think it was 74.
Mid-70s. I'll go with that.
Okay, so as you know, this was a horror movie. So a simple question of how high was the scare factor? Let's start with Steve this time.
To be honest, we saw this during the theater. There was actually a lot of, maybe not a lot of, but there was humor sprinkled in a lot, more than I expected. There wasn't that many scares until I guess the end, but they were just more of like gruesome or a little disturbing. But I wouldn't have said that it was scary at all, to be honest.
Same here. I have to agree. There wasn't a lot of scary factors in this film. I'm sure in the old one, yes, because this is a movie that's being remade. I mean, there's not a lot of pop-ups, and it's not that kind of horror movie for you to be, for the pop-up and scare you like that. But it was a lot of humor in this movie. I was actually like, what's up with that? I didn't expect any comic relief in this. Not a whole lot.
Not a lot. Maybe a little.
But, exactly. A little, but not so much. But I don't understand.
Branching off of this line, with any horror movie there has to be effects, so how were the effects, and did they rely on traditional, or did they use a lot of CG stuff?
There was not a lot of effects until, when she used her powers. But I'm guessing most of it was probably CGI. That's the easy way to do it.
Mostly, yeah.
But, especially the ending. There's like a lot of Final Destination stuff happening. There's a lot of things that had to happen in order for one death to happen. But it seemed like for the most part it was a lot of CGI.
I thought the effects
especially the end.
I thought the effects were pretty cool.
Oh yeah. I didn't have a problem with anything, to be honest.
Especially, we're in 2013. Effects are growing. But I thought the effects were cool and a lot of CGI for this one.
Except for the blood. I hope
Besides
blood was somewhat. Oh, that wasn't CGI. CGI blood pisses me off.
Yeah, that was when they did the trailer, you could see the blood, so it did not look fake to me.
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was
there
either.
really wasn't any reason to use fake blood in that. Well,
people these days.
No, it wasn't, because I was watching the making of it. She was covered in blood.
You were on set?
I watched it on YouTube, the making. But she wasn't covered in blood, so yeah, I'm sure it's real.
In this, we had two relatively well-known actresses, Chloe Grace Moretz and Julianne Moore. And how did they perform? Did they work well together? How was it?
I really enjoyed the chemistry. I thought Julianne Moore was probably the best part of the movie, because just how creepy and weird she was. I mean, you understand her mother is very religious and pray for God and all that. It was very disturbing.
They both did great.
I just want to start off from one, but okay. Jesus.
Chloe did she did a good job. I don't think she was better than Sissy Spacek.
I agree with that.
But Julianne Moore did a great job. I thought she was even better than the mom in the original. She stuck to that role. She was very disturbing, and she was that kind of person that you wouldn't want to be near. But she did a really great job.
And also another factor we were discussing last night was that from Kick-Ass 2 review, I think we've experienced Julianne's unhealthy obsession with Chloe.
Not obsession. I like Chloe.
Grace Moretz. No, you have an unhealthy obsession. So, we both agreed though she was too attractive for Carrie than the original Sissy Spacek. She
way to insult Sissy Spacek.
No, but she's
she's attractive.
No, but that's the whole point of Carrie though. She's not supposed to be that attractive.
She's not supposed to be that. Yeah, like she's not supposed to be that attractive. But Sissy Spacek looked like that, scared, shy girl.
But was that more of the choice of actress or the choice of makeup to not?
I was gonna say it could just be makeup.
Because from the trailers, it didn't look like they made her look unattractive. It seemed like they were still trying to make her look very attractive and sympathetic.
I can agree with that.
I don't. Kind of make sense.
I make tons of sense. And now, another important don't touch my crow. The other important thing is we had a fairly new director here in Kimberly Pierce, and how did she handle this classic story?
I think she did. I thought the directing was pretty good. It's not perfect, it's not great, but she did a pretty good job. Remaking this film from the original. The movie was exact same. If I would tell you, it's exactly the same.
It was pretty much exactly similar.
There are little parts that are added, little parts that are taken out, but most part of the movie, it's very much the same, very similar.
I'm not familiar with her. Do you know any other work she's done?
I don't think she's ever really directed any big name stuff before.
This is pretty much.
She's fairly young. She's only 46. That's pretty young for a director.
Yeah. I thought it was just okay. I wasn't blown away by really anything.
One of the things that I read online when I was doing research for this review was that people criticized the directing in their reviews, saying that he tried to reimagine it a little too much. Was that a fair assumption?
I would agree, yes, because the whole thing was the same. So, yeah, I'm going to have to say yes.
Yeah, she was trying to fit it more into, the modern society, but...
Besides that, it's like today. That's what it is. Except back then, it was in the 70s.
And now, one more question before we wrap it up. This was obviously the third remake. We had the 1970s one with Sissy Spacek.
2002, right?
Yeah, and then 2002, which was... He clearly does not like that one. And it was also a book. So, how does this compare to those, to both earlier movies and the book?
Alright. I haven't read the book, so I don't think it's fair for me to speak on that. Better than the 2002 remake. Not better than the original.
I don't remember anything from the book, but
yeah, because you didn't finish it. You probably read the front cover, front and back, and you were done.
Probably, I don't remember. But same thing. He says, this version is better than 2002, but not better than the original. Original is the best one.
But the book is pretty good. Great.
Yeah, it is a very good book.
Okay.
And now, let's just get some final thoughts and your ratings, starting with Steve.
I give it a 2.5 out of 5. I had no problem with Chloe Grace Moretz or Julianne Moore. I really enjoyed them. It's just supporting characters, all the random students, and the whole humor. I wasn't scared. The directing was The writing was okay. I don't know, just didn't like it. Didn't enjoy it.
I give this a 3. Just because Chloe and Julianne Moore saved this movie.
Surprised that.
If we didn't get Chloe or Julianne Moore, I'm pretty sure this movie wouldn't be that good.
Say their full names. Do you know them?
What? Just saying. They both did a great job.
So, as you can see, there are probably going to be better Halloween movies for you to watch this Halloween. But if you really enjoy Carrie, you probably will enjoy this. I think you should read the book more than you should watch this movie. Or watch the original movie.
I mean,
Much
just
better.